It's designed to strip the citizenship of dual citizens who are a threat to this country. Terrorists, hardened criminals, those people we do not want in this country and should not be part of this country. So to create those sort of reprobates with Windrush, I think, is deeply insulting and deeply troubling to hear from the opposition bench. It is no more than scaremongering trying to wind people up. Because the bill is not about taking your citizenship without notice unless, and I say unless it's not reasonably practical to do so. So I want to hear from the opposition benches how you can go, let's say, to an ISIS fighter in Syria and hand them a notice saying you've been taken away, you're deprived of citizenship. Or maybe to some terrorist in Chechnya and say, excuse me, Mr. Terrorist, please stop shooting people. I'm going to serve you here from the government to give you a notice. It is ludicrous and puts UK government officials in danger. Now, the question this House has got to say is whose side are we on? Are we on the side of the rule of law and British citizens and British officials, or do we want to send those British officials into harm's way, into the suicide bombs of Iraq and Syria to ISIS to give them a piece of paper? I, Mr. Deputy Speaker, say no, and I hate chanting the century position. I'm very happy to take interventions if they so wish to challenge this. But none are forthcoming, because they know that this is the truth. They know that this bill, very happily.
Thank you very much. The honourable member was describing how people couldn't go somewhere and inform people about their citizenship. How did they notify Shamima Begum, I might ask, that she no longer had her British citizenship? There are clearly ways to do it, and the objection we have on this side of the House is there are already mechanisms that exist in law that allow the government to deprive people of their citizenship. Why do they want to make it easier? With everything that's happened with immigration over the past number of years, that's why people from black, Asian and minority ethnic communities are afraid, because every time you change legislation, it is worse for people from those communities.
I thank the honourable lady for the point, although I'm a bit confused about it. Shamima Begum was divided on citizenship. First of all, she was found because she was in a refugee camp, and secondly, well, she was a terrorist, and I say good. Good that her citizenship was taken away, and long may we continue taking citizens away from terrorists. But frankly, if you have nothing wrong, and you are not a terrorist, and you are not a threat to this country, you have nothing to fear. And that is the message that's out there. It's such a small minority of cases. Some would argue that we should do this for more terrorists and more of these reprobates. I would definitely support that. Because it's not about targeting minorities. This bill is not about minorities. It's about bad people. And the question which I'm very confused about in this House, once again, is whose side are Labour on? Are they on the side of British people, upstanding, law-abiding people? Or are they on the side of people who want to do harm to the country, to blow people up and cause damage and try and go out of harm's way for us? I'm very confused by the point of view.